bringing you the news and information you need from the people making a difference. This is Comcast Newsmakers.
Well, I'm glad you could join us. Jill Ravitch is with us right now, and she is running for District Attorney in Sonoma County and has an extensive background in law enforcement. Nice to see you, Jill.
Nice to see you.
As a candidate for this, you bring in a lot of experience. And what about the fellow officers and people you've worked with? Do you have support from that group?
I do. I have over 22 years in the courtroom. I've tried over 100 cases to jury conviction, including a dozen murder trials. I have the support of the Sheriff of Sonoma County as well as the police officer associations from Petaluma, Cotati, Rohnert Park, Santa Rosa, and the Deputy Sheriff's Association. These are individuals who either stood with my opponent 4 years ago or stayed out of the race, and they've lost confidence in his ability to serve as the chief law enforcement officer, and they're standing behind me now.
Okay, now you've built your reputation in Sonoma County as well as Mendocino, right?
Correct, 15 years in Sonoma County.
Okay, and when you think about coming to Sonoma County as District Attorney, they must have some specific kinds of things in mind that would be applicable to Sonoma County.
Absolutely. Well, there's been incredible turnover in the District Attorney's office, and as a result, the conviction rate has been very low. It's important that the chief law enforcement officer be an experienced prosecutor, and that's what I bring to the office. As somebody who's been in the courtroom for 22 years, I know how to handle the tough cases. I know how to lead the prosecutors in protecting the community the way they deserve. That's why the law enforcement community has come out to support me.
Yeah. What about the rate of crime? Is it in some of these areas that have been very quiet for so many years, is it on the increase in general?
Actually, a national trend has been that crime has been dropping. Nonetheless, we still have a lot of violent crime in Sonoma County, a lot of gang violence. So it's important that we be very, very strong in terms of our enforcement against violent crimes.
Yeah, one of the things you do hear on the news or read about is gang problems.
Right.
You know,
that's one of my priorities is gang prosecution.
Gang problems that not necessarily always involve the civilian, but with each other.
Right.
And people get in the way and people get hurt.
That's right. What we need to look at is prevention, intervention, and ultimately enforcement against gang violence. But the important thing is to begin by keeping kids from getting involved in gangs.
And when you say kids, some of these kids involved are 12 years old.
Absolutely.
13, 14 years old.
Yep, absolutely.
You know.
That's right.
You know, and where are their parents and where are the programs to help them?
That's right. Sonoma County has actually been at the forefront in dealing with that problem through the Mayor's Gang Task Force in Santa Rosa. And I'm proud to have the people that are in that task force supporting my candidacy, people like Ernesto Oliveras and Jane Bender.
Yeah. Have they made progress as far as those younger kids go?
I think so, but you have to keep working hard at it. Economic times are tough, parents are busy working, kids are wandering the streets. We need to give them better alternatives.
Yeah, yeah. What other people get involved in this? I mean, there are social workers or different kinds of people like that. I imagine you have to work with all these different groups of people.
All the justice partners need to work together, but what's most important is when a case comes into the courtroom, the prosecutor be properly trained and prepared to deal with it properly, effectively, and seek the type of justice that we deserve.
Yeah. And what about some of the attorneys and defense attorneys who come in? Do you sort of categorize the different attorneys who come in and know how you're going to deal with each one of them and each one of the situations?
Every case stands alone. You look at the case. You don't necessarily look at the advocate. But what's interesting is, in addition to law enforcement, I do have the support of the defense bar. I think that when you look at the two ends of the spectrum supporting me, what you find is that I'm somebody who's going to be fair.
Yeah. Well, fairness counts.
Absolutely.
I mean, fairness really does count, you know, and people, I think, realize who's fair and who's not fair.
That's right.
It's going to affect you. So if you do win this district attorney job in Sonoma County and you come to work the first day, the first thing on your agenda would be?
To call everybody into one room and tell them that we're going to focus on justice, we're going to focus on keeping our community safe, and we're going to work together with our justice partners to do the best job possible for the people of Sonoma County.
Okay, it sounds to me like you're a person who wants to be a person who gathers everyone together.
That's right.
And say, we're going to do this together, I can't do it by myself.
A good leader is somebody who empowers those who work for her, and if they succeed, so do I.
All right. Jill, nice to see you. Okay?
Thank you very much.
Jill Ravitch has been our guest. She is running for District Attorney in Sonoma County. Thanks for watching, and Jill, nice to have you here.
Thanks.